when I was growing up, when I was a little girl, this was home. Of course, Grandma and Grandpa were here and lived in the farmhouse over here, and it was just very warm and comfortable in this place. Some of the more daring of the kids would climb around on the barn beams and feed the hogs and so forth, but I stayed in the house pretty much and talked with Grandma and learned to tat and sew with my grandmother. And I'd come down here in the summers and spend a week or two with Grandma. My brother actually came down and spent whole summers helping Grandpa on the farm. So it was our place.
There's been a whole lot of different concepts that were kind of thrown out for this property. I've heard everything from soccer fields to a disc golf course. At one point there was discussion about building a pond. Really, the city didn't really know what to do with it, frankly, until 2008, and that's when we did our parks system master plan.
That's when I met Jane Davis. And Jane Davis was like a light out of the darkness. And she was a person here in Lebanon who had a vision for this park. She had already in her brain an idea of a play, like the playscape kind of park for kids, but not, you know, in a kind of a passive kind of park.
It turned out to be what I was hoping it would be, a passive park pretty much with quiet areas rather than baseball games and soccer games. And I wanted to hear the birds and just observe nature without interference. The very first thing that I encountered, of all things, was a crawdad. We have pretty wet soil here, and they live in the clay, and they go down several inches during the daylight hours, and they come out at night. But this one apparently didn't find his way home.
Really, to me, this park is a success because it's been a community effort. I was just out here yesterday and I saw volunteers from the Lebanon Garden Club weeding the butterfly garden. So they've taken over ownership of a lot of it, and that really is the only way the city would be able to operate something like this is through, you know, volunteers and these different groups really getting involved. And that also really kind of makes this park unique. There's really no other park where there's this much volunteer effort associated with it. And a lot of that's been Nancy and Jane Davis, Tim Hicker, just a core group of dedicated folks that have reached out and brought a lot of people in.
We work every week from March to September, October on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can come by and watch or ask questions, and we'll even let you pull weeds if you want. 1